Bust a toast with the friends, just take class and report, then only set the road and go on with
Marley, Marcus Messiah Garvey, Usain Bolt, and of course, Reggae Month. Earth, where something reggae happens. Engine from mega reggae concerts, reggae award on reggae.
yeah,
Reggae month is February. Reggae Mecca, and come catch the rhythm like no place else.
I'm in the lies and Janos excited, coming like a boss.
Reggae is global.
Reggae ministry, I walk out saying that or something.
We have something which the world
wake up in the morning, my eyes, and she says hi. Oh, breakfast table while the kids are going off to school. Goodbye. Lord God, she reaches out and says, how you doing, hon? How are my lips that warms my heart? See my morning sun. Oh, don't that's not to love it. Reggae music, man. Yeah. Simba, my brother. Oh, I wake up in the morning. Oh, Lord, yeah. Off to school, goodbye, goodbye. Oh, Lord, Lord. She reaches, says, how you doing, hon? And I look across, see my morning sun. The reggae lovers in the party, can you sing it with me? If that's loving me, then all I get. Oh, God didn't make little green apples and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summer. There's no such thing as Dr. Zeus, no Disneyland. God didn't make the little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime, boy. And when myself is feeling low, I think about
as we jam to some Chris Martin at one of our Reggae Wednesdays. Play exchange for JARIA Open University, where we are running the track We're in the music business is really big business, and for big business, who can manage the careers of these talented individuals for success. Managers, their artists make decisions about their in the studio with me. How we want to talk to them about how they navigate the artists they represent and the music in general. To tell you, but it's really not that important. My name is Colleen Douglas, and I'm with me. I have because everybody knows him in Jamaica. We know him as right now in this part of and the curator for the Jamaica Music Museum.
Let me correct that, because I am the for the Jamaica Music Museum
located at the Institute of Jamaica.
Located at the Institute of Jamaica.
Before he got grey, you know, he managed Peter Tosh throughout 20 songs. He has produced Big Youth Singing Tea 10, which was released on and I could say much more, but he does not like all that. I should say, JARIA, big up yourself. This is a man who refuses to do evening. He manages Chris Martin and CEO Kingy Production, and he's produced quite a number of tracks from Luther Sizzler, Elaine, Wayne Wonder, Lady Saw, Shaggy, Charlie Black, Bounty Killer. This one. And?
I'm saying thank you.
And I could call him my son, you know, because I met him when he was really young. Career baby, artist manager, production, tour manager, and professionally registered electrical engineer who holds. Oh, wow. I won't name that hard. Recently back for a little minute before he leaves us again, but we have to say big up and congratulations. Barker Pyramid, who recently won the Grammys, so we want to thank you for taking the time out, you know. Some people that fly up in them head and they not necessarily turn up here. But in the technical director at JARIA for a couple of years, and so you're home. You. And this evening, it's really a conversation, as I see. You will hear very little, because I want us to all share, all of you to share just how you started in the business.
By just loving the music, loving, admiring those who made the music that among them the Wailers, and having met and at the point when they split up, Peter Tosh asked me to take care of some business for business. The good thing for me is that Peter was signed, while I had the basic and a level of understanding and so on. In the business itself. So I got some of that in because Peter was on Columbia and learned the inside of the bigger world of music.
Okay,
and that really.
How did you start Kingy? Thank you, Herbie.
For me, it's an industry that well, he's an icon. It's an icon. So Robert Livingston. So it's an industry. I always about it, and till one day, more and more, learn a lot of things, and then after a few years, in probably like 4 years, I was introduced to Chris, and we spoke and discussed with Christopher Martin.
Oh, give thanks. Dwayne.
Yeah, I mean, as mentioned before, I manage Kabaka Pyramid. Kabaka is old, and he has always been someone, in and around the music and that kind of thing. Went to UA St. Augustine. Time was a whole lot of artists, young artists amongst us and that kind of thing. Record, So took it upon ourselves, myself and Abishai, and to pursue it seriously. We also developed ourselves on the management side to carry that talent to the people, and from there, with every step of success with the artists, came the need for a manager to carry that success to where it needs to be, and to hone that and to carry it to the people and to put the mechanisms around that. So we had to develop ourselves at the same time, So that is really where the start came from for me.
I actually love where you went, because I want to ask Herbie, what does it really take to be a manager?
Understanding and not taking every little. When you're managing, you're not just managing the main artist, in this case Kabaka, in my case Peter, in your case Chris. You're managing the whole entourage. And with that, it's almost like a parent at home with plenty of children, or a teacher in front of a class, and it comes with every kinds of vibe. You can imagine good vibe, bad vibe, and you have to be the one to keep it level, to make the entire group understand that as bad as things may look, it's gonna be good. And so you have to have a lot of patience. You have to, like I say, be a people person in many ways, yet at the same time, you have to be firm. One of the things that we must always endeavor to achieve is how to transition an artist out of our own cultural space into dealing internationally. I don't just mean to run up to Miami or New York and do a show and come back. How are you gonna spend 16 weeks on a bus with all kinds of us, including some foreigners as well, and not just be driven crazy? How are you going to allow an artist to grow outside of this culture and yet maintain this culture? Because that's what the outside really wants. They don't want to come in and pretending, behaving, or trying to be them.
And now you water down the culture.
To be anything else.
They don't want it to do that.
Yeah,
And I want
Yes.
Dwayne and Kenny, when we come back from the break, for you to pick up on this same conversation Herbie has started about what it takes to be a manager. You are tuned into Reggae Open University. It is a Wednesday. It is our final Wednesday, the relay, the exchange, and we continue this conversation with managers when we get back.
Jamaica, the land of Bob Marley, Marcus Messiah Garvey, Usain Bolt, and of course, Reggae Month, the only month-long reggae music festival on planet Earth, where something reggae happens every day in the month of February, ranging from mega reggae concerts, reggae award ceremonies, and educational symposia on reggae. February is Reggae Month. Reggae Month is February, when Jamaica invites the world to come to Mecca, Reggae Mecca, and come catch the rhythm like no place else on earth, only in Jamaica.
And that's how I made to give him the glory. I'm with the lies and Jano say my passion ignites it. Got the music get me excited. I'm coming like a boss.
Reggae is global. Reggae is everywhere.
Yeah, reggae my life, you know, because I wasn't reggae, man, not walk out saying did or something.
We have something which the world crave even right now. Reggae is internationally known.
February is Reggae Month. Go catch the rhythm on Reggae Month TV, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. daily in February. Catch the mega reggae concerts, interesting reggae documentaries and symposia, reggae conversations with pioneers of the music, and lots more. Reggae Month TV all days in February, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. on PBCJ and the Ministry of Culture social media pages. Get all the details real time on the Reggae Jamaica mobile app and come catch the rhythm this Reggae Month.
Welcome back to JARIA Open University, Reggae Open University with JARIA. It is a Thursday, forgive me, it's age and good conversation. So it's the Relay Day Exchange. We have on our panel today, Herbie Miller, Kingy, they call him Kingy Letman, and Dwayne McDonald. We went out quite lively. And I wanted, Kingy, for you to pick up on what it really takes to be a manager.
To be a manager is, a lot of people say they claim on glamour, but it's way more than that for me. Well, for us.
Straight.
You know, it's way more than that. It's a business. So when the finished product is there and you see all this glamour, the artists enjoying themselves, you see everybody come watch your show, behind the scenes it's a lot of work. You have to have that vision for the artist and make sure he's treading that route. Make sure him keep focused, because trust me, he might get sidetracked at some point, you know. Yeah, man, there's a lot of distractions there. So it's up to you, as Uncle Herbie said, to keep the team level-headed, keep focused, and don't get involved in the glim and the glamour where you see are going. Remember, you're the manager. You have to observe, see where it might take a wrong turn, see where the opportunities are, and introduce them to the artist. And lift the artist up, keep him going, keep him moving. Don't make him get down. Even personally, there are times when the artist, you might just see him and he might look away. It's your job to find out, why you look so today? Why go on? You understand? Find out what is happening. It can be simple things, something major maybe. And you have to take the artist and say, nah, man, we can't do this or we can't do that, or we can't get this done away or we can't get this done away. Don't worry about it. You take the artist problem on your head, keep the artist happy, keep him lightheaded, keep him performing.
So you're parenting, Herbie referred to
Just
that.
like that.
It's like a parent, Dwayne.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, the item I say. How I view it as well is a manager's responsibility is really to put systems around the talent to ensure the talent's success. Mm-hmm. So your responsibility is to really have, whether persons in roles or, you have to step in those roles themselves to ensure that the goals that you and the artist set and agree on, they are met. Whether it is a booking system, that might be a distribution system, that might be a touring system, that might be, putting together a band, that might be a publicist for proper PR, that might be artist development, voice training. All these are systems that play into the talent and develop the talent to get it to where it needs to be. And it's your job as a manager to put those things in place and to make sure they are working, and to assess them, I said it earlier, to optimize them, to ensure that they are growing at the scale that the artist needs to be growing with as well. And just to go back to what I said earlier as well, as it relates to setting the goals with the artist, it is your job also to define success with the artist, because success is not the same for every artist. You know,
True.
Some artists' success is defined by money and assets based on what they can do with their music. Some it's by the message and how many people they can reach with that particular message. Some is by the level of the performance that they can give, and that is what, you know, and the systems that you put in place and the tools that you are managing, you know, are geared around that definition of success, you know. So yeah.
I hope we have the time, because I wanted to pick up on two things. Kingy referred to team, and I wanted us to talk a little bit about selection of that team. And when we move from team, I want us to go into artist brand development from your perspective. But talk to me, Herbie. I know you mentioned Tosh with the time you got him. Did you find that you have to build a team around him?
Well, there was already a wonderful team around Tosh. There was Robbie Shakespeare, Sly Dunbar in particular. And by the time we got the right team together, it was Keith Sterling and Robbie Lynn on keyboards, and a number of different outstanding guitarists, in particular Darrell Thompson and Donald Kinsey. Darrell brought a more cutting-edge Jimi Hendrix-style rock, where Donald is from Indiana. His father was a legendary blues guitarist. He and his brothers had a blues band, so he brought that blues element to it. By the time we brought in the Tamlins as backup singers, they gave Peter's bold, forthright statements a sort of cushion. So it was more palatable to some. But the idea of what we measure as success, for us, obviously, we wanted to make a living for everybody too. But the message was paramount, especially during that period. You know, you had apartheid still taking place. You had so many Southwest African and East African countries still struggling for freedom. You know, the assassinating of great African leaders, Amilcar Cabral, etc., Stephen Biko. All these things are the things that we focused on in that band.
Okay. So Herbie spoke a lot about band, selection of band, the members, and the sound he wanted to put out.
Let me just make one more point. The best individual might not be the best fit for the team.
Amen.
Not because you're the batsman who can make the most runs or take the most wickets. It means you're going to fit into the team. We want a team player. So and that's what is very important as well.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Kingy, because Herbie spoke a lot about putting that band together for that particular sound and what aligned with her message, I want you to share with us some of the other parts that you've had to put together as a manager. What are some of the things you've had to take care of?
Well, for me, I would say it wasn't difficult, because I was already in a team. I was, as I said, that big guy with Robert Livingston. Robert managed Shaggy. Shaggy had a team. So when I started managing Chris, the team was already in place. So whatever I wanted to know, I could easily go ask any one of them for information. If I wanted a band, once Shaggy wasn't working and the band was available, then of course, they will happily come and buy Chris. So gradually, we kind of change out. People get our own as Chris develops and becomes an artist of his own. Then we get our band. So it wasn't hard for us. I picked my team along the way because I already had a team. So I changed out members along the way as necessary.
Okay, Dwayne, I'm going to you for the step by step. You started with your 11-year-old brethren.
Yeah.
How did you build that team? And tell us some of the team members. I know you mentioned publicists. I know you mentioned some of those members, but take us through that.
Well, I mean, first I have to mention my business partner, Abishai Hoylett. You know, he and I both manage Kabaka. You know, and from the moment that we became serious as it relates to music as a business and a career, he and I were the ones that said, all right, we are going to take up this responsibility as management and from the business perspective for Kabaka. Kabaka himself is an integral part of his team also. Separate and apart from the music and the talent, you know, the strategizing and the application of business principles. He is very good at that as well, and he's an integral part. When we formed the label Baby Rap Music, it was the three of us that really, you know, pushed forward as it relates to the formalization of the label after, you know, a larger group of us had our group and everything like that, you know. And that commitment and that loyalty between the three of us kind of pushed us through all the challenges that we had, you know, as a team. And then steadily we grew, you know, a lot. And, you know, I must commend, you know, everyone that's a part of our team now, because a lot of the members of our team now are persons that saw the message and saw what Kabaka was about and wanted to be a part of that, you know, and reached out to us to say, you know, someone like Ronnie Tomlinson, Destiny Media, you know what I mean, who is our publicist. She reached out to us and said, boy, this is something, what you guys are doing is something I want to be a part of. And she has shown her commitment over the years, you know. The booking agents, the first time Kabaka went on tour, the booking agent was somebody that reached out to us and said, boy, we make something happen, you know what I mean? And we and them worked together to get Kabaka over into Europe for the first time, you know what I mean? So it is hard to put together a team of committed people that you can count and you can rely on, and when things are down, they're staying with the ship, you know what I mean? They're going to sink with the ship if the sink is going, but they're going to ensure that the ship is not sinking, you know? That's a very difficult thing to find. But at the same time, if you show what you're about, the level that you're looking to operate, and the talent that you have, and the commitment that you have to your craft, you will find that persons will come on board as well, you know?
So before we go out on this segment, I want each of you to take a minute and tell me, Herbie, was your mission aligned to your artists?
Definitely. We, especially Peter and I, saw the world through similar lenses. Slight tells a story that when we recorded Apartheid, he thought Peter had made up that word. He didn't know what Apartheid was. You know, and he without shame, he acknowledges that. But it is Peter and I who really were focused on how Peter's music and worldview was expressed through the music. And one of the key things in terms of commitment is that Sly, Robbie, Peter and I would be the last to be compensated, to make everybody, especially definitely in the early days when you were making a lot of money, you were, you know, bungling up in a room and that sort of thing. But when it grew, then, you know, everybody was better off. But we were the ones who took the sacrifices to make the mission accomplished.
Give thanks. Kingy, your mission is aligned to Chris?
Well, continue making good music. The sky is the limit. The music is a gift from Jamaica, and we're going to take it to the world and take it as far and as wide as we can and take him to the pinnacle.
Well, I can see that. When I'm at shows with Kingy, I see the love of his artist on his face, because he doesn't stay at the back, you know, he's watching him from front of stage. Dwayne, should I really ask you, is the mission aligned?
100%, you know. I mean, what Kabaka represents right now in the music, is a positive, conscious artist. A lyricist also, representing reggae music as a younger youth, you know, is definitely, I am proud to be a part of that, and a part of that facet of the industry, you know what I mean? So, yeah, 150%.
Give thanks. And I'm proud to be among all of you this evening. Thank you so much for joining us on JARIA The Relay. I'm Colleen. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about brand building.
February is Reggae Month. Go catch the rhythm on Reggae Month TV, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. daily in February. Catch the mega reggae concerts, interesting reggae documentaries and symposia, reggae conversations with pioneers of the music, and lots more. Reggae Month TV all days in February, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. on PBCJ and the Ministry of Culture social media pages. Get all the details real time on the Reggae Jamaica mobile app and come catch the rhythm this Reggae Month.
Proud of ourselves, Reggae Month TV. Proud of ourselves. Yes. This is Queen Africa. Keep it locked. Reggae Month TV load. Yeah.
running round with him again. Oh yeah. And you, when you say you were through with him, you still care. Oh, just another thought you were mine. That he told you, oh, same old Lord. And when I'm running round, you're gonna be left.
You're tuned in to JARIA Reggae Open University. I'm Colleen Douglas. With me, we have Herbie Miller, Kingy Letman, and Dwayne McDonald. And we had quite an interesting conversation when we went off on the break. And we just want to continue it because a really wise man asked a question that we want you to respond to. If you're a good manager, then artists will approach you. You may actually see another artist that you become interested in representing. When you're expanding, how do you keep that focus and that commitment to your original artist? Herbie, we start with you.
In my case, it must be someone whose artistry, whose vision, whose worldview aligns with mine. You know, it's all well and good some hit maker once asked me to manage, but if it's all about just making a hit song that, you know, is just a regular hit song, I'd rather stay with a song or an artist with a true socio-political vision. That's my way of life. Those are the kinds of people I tend to hang around with. I've managed others. I've managed Arrow from, the late Arrow from Antigua. I've managed a stint with Third World, for example, Toots and the Maytals, the Scatterlights. But if you understand who all of these people are, they are within a particular lane of where the music is going. But while I appreciate those people singing out, oh, my heart is broken and I'll climb the ice mountain and swim the widest sea, that's okay, but it's not for me.
All right, give thanks, Herbie. Kingy, you've been approached?
We sound like you're talking about my artist. My artist is lover from birth, you know.
No, man, but no,
Modern Valentine's Day.
It's good time business.
Big for the ladies.
But that's
good time
Herbie
business.
mission.
Yeah, man, I don't care if you're good. I don't care if you're good. Well, for me, I don't mind managing other artists, but they have to have the same or similar vision as I do. And they have to, if you notice, Christopher Martin, D Major, I do some work with Wayne Wonder. They are all clean-cut artists, lovers rock type of artists, no vulgarity, nothing like that. They have to be in that lane, that type of music. You understand? I can't tell the artist where 2, 3 o'clock a morning my phone will ring. Me say, boy, you know you have to go on a station. Yeah, it might work easy. Chris, D Major, them want to make me work easy. We can go to bed and sleep comfortable. I'm not for worry.
So if another Chris comes along, would you consider it?
Maybe not, honestly, because I'm about career building. I'm not in the music to hustle to say, boy, artists are bad, can't make money off him. Nah, that's not me. We have to be building careers. We have to have that type of relationship where we both see the same vision. I don't want a man come with a song where, because I'm nice here, I make now, he want to make a nice here, if you go collect a big money next week, and then the next week I say, well, him say, boy, I'm nice here, I make again, you know, what we have to do? No, we have to have a vision. And also, this is what we're working towards, and trust me, you won't have a problem.
Give thanks.
You won't have a problem.
Give thanks. I didn't realize you could talk so much. But do we know about you?
Well, we spoke in the earlier segment in regards to team. You know, I know I'm not speaking from more of the practical sense of, as you asked, if another artist or a few other artists come along with interest to be managed, you know, how do you deal with that situation? And it's really about the team that you have in place, to me, you know, whether or not you have the resources, the time, the brain space, everything, the systems to serve more than one act, you know. I definitely would like to see the industry move in the direction of management companies, you know. in the international space, you know, that's par for the course. Standard. You know, par for the course it's really the answer to the question. You know, in a simple way. You know, management companies need to be formed just like production houses, just like labels. Yeah. Management companies, and as management companies grow, they bring on more artists. Precisely. They bring on younger management, train them, develop them to a point where younger management can be assigned to, you know, different acts, and the company can grow and everything feeds into itself. You know, so that is really a more about industry growth, and maybe ourselves as managers too having the foresight and the ambition to think on that scale, to say, boy, all right, we carry this artist to where we want to carry them, and we will continue to maintain that, but we want to go grander now. Yeah, precisely. You know, and what do we need to do? We need to partner with more people. We need to form companies. We need to train people and know that, all right, I'm training this person, so 3 years down the line, them on the road with that artist. And I trust them, and they're doing great, and they're going to come to the company with ideas, or come to the company with an artist, you know. So that is something that definitely, I think, from a reggae industry perspective, that, you know, we need to look at as managers.
I like how you're carrying the conversation.
Everything he has said.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate how Dwayne's carrying the conversation each time we need to go somewhere else. State of industry, how do we get there? To that shaping of management companies, training of managers.
Mentorship. You take on a roadie, for example. That young person doesn't want to be the roadie forever. Certainly if there's ambition, so you mentor that person till you can provide more responsibility, till you can build your team beyond yourself and your primary artist, so that you can build a stable of artists. And that's not difficult to do. It's just that if it's something you want to do. And it's very important, because that's expanding the industry. It's really not just artist development, but personal development for all at whatever level in the organization one functions. Right. So in the future, you can, as you said, send this person on the road and you're not worrying, because the training was put in. And that's very, very important.
Thank you. Kingy, any
Totally
thoughts?
agree with him. I think I'm an example. When I started out, as I said, I just, you know, Robert just said, yeah, man, you can't come on the road, man, carry up on the road. I go up on the road as a roadie. They didn't even know what was the role of a roadie. But I learned on the job training. I learned. And eventually I came back, learned some studio thing, then, you know, learned some equipment, learning some stuff. Then, you know, when I got introduced to Chris and, you know, decided that, okay, and I went to ask Shaggy, I asked Rick Rock, I asked Robert, and they were all excited and said, yeah, man, do you think, man, we're there for you? You know, I learn, and as I said, we interchange. I have my own team now, and I'm building. Right now I have roadies where, you know, if I feel like, say, boy, something come up, I cannot go on the road, I can say to him, yo, B, you need this to me, you know, can't make it today. Yeah, so mentorship, it works, you know, and we can expand. I know that we can expand and take on more artists, but for me, I am super focused. I'm super focused and determined to carry the career to the highest level. And I don't want to be distracted. So I probably would take on another artist, but you must work with it.
When the right time.
When the right time comes.
Yeah. When the right time comes.
I feel like I need that song in a minute. Dwayne, you have any further thoughts on how we get to management company model?
Well, a part of it as well is the mindset of anyone that's interested in music. So a lot of people will call the phone, you know. I don't know how much people will call our phones to say, yo, I want to get into management. I don't know how many of them calls I personally get, at least. I will get calls about, you know, being an artist or, you know, that side of things. But I do think that we need more younger persons interested in that side of the business, and maybe what that means is exposing them to that opportunity and that reality so that they can see that option for themselves, you know.
You know, I I'm happy you say that because, you know, I work at an arts college, and just last week I was having a conversation about arts entrepreneurship and how much of that we actually have in our current curriculum.
Yeah.
And if a part of our responsibility, those of us who are in education, isn't it part of our responsibility to ensure that that is incorporated in the curriculum, not if you're just doing arts management, but whatever, once you're doing any kind of arts studies, that is there. But you were speaking and I immediately thought of internships. Do we have enough of that? An apprenticeship kind of system?
Agree.
How many interns do you take on consciously, Kingy, for you know, to train somebody?
I view my road managers as internship, because that's what they started out until they are developing to a point where they can handle themselves. I have a few people out there that still call me and ask me for directions, and you know, I do point them in the right directions. They call me for a lot of stuff. Yeah, man, all while them call me, and they are so appreciative. Yeah, man, and I feel good to see how excited they are to know that, wow, I can really do this. You know.
Herbie, give thanks, King. When you look at where we are today versus where we were when you were managing Peter, how far have we come? Have we grown? Are you happy?
Most definitely we have grown. I mean, in my days, man, what we made for a tour is what these young men and ladies make today for a show. So it started somewhere. On whose shoulder do they stand? One of the things we did a lot was to share information, good information and bad one.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them who are the bad promoters. Tell them who are the ones who will pay you and then send somebody to rob you.
Yeah.
Don't be ashamed. It's like healthcare. Don't be ashamed to tell people, say, look, so-and-so is a problem if you do so-and-so. You know? So I always share that kind of information. When you look at the amount of artists managed as you have today, in my day it was me and Don Taylor.
Oh.
You see? Colin Leslie was there for a quick minute. There wasn't anyone else. So, and we learned a lot by just being there. Some of us learned by the good luck of having an industry support you in some ways. But, oh man, the industry has grown tremendously. I'm very happy where it is. These young men have moved it beyond our dreams, you know. I mean, in my days, we did what we did. We struggled through, we shared information. You know, we opened a lot of doors. We went to countries we never dreamt of getting into. But we shared that information with the next set of guys. So I said, this is how you're going to Italy at a time when the terrorism was reigning there, when communism was, you know, a big thing there. And a lot of Americans weren't going there. We figured reggae got there. So you shared that with our contemporaries.
I have to beg the producer to whisper in my ears if I have another segment for this segment. But yeah, but I wanted to ask Kingy and Dwayne, if you're conscious of the shoulders you stand on, and if you find the journey easy. You know, there's this thing sometimes that we take for granted, that this was how it was when we had the struggle, and we have the generational battles sometimes. How do you feel about what Herbie would have put in place for you?
You have to be conscious, you know. If you go on the road, their legacy is there for you to see. You know, and everyone will tell you about it. What they did. You go to this venue and you're like, remember that time they went Tash and, you know, and my whole life was influenced by that. The promoters you are dealing with now, they are the children of persons that went to his show.
Oh, awesome.
You understand? Many, many times we have encountered that. And they are telling you about the legacy and the responsibility. And so you feel that, you know. And for me, it's a great thing, you know, because that gives us fulfillment, you know, as it relates to what we're doing. That is bigger than just me and my brethren and I try, you know, do a thing, you know. And it's inspiring as well, you know. And as you said, the good and the bad too, because we'll hear about the bad as well, you know, and that within itself will, I guess, push us to be better, you know, and push us to damage correct when we need to damage correct also. And at the end of the day, it's reggae music. Reggae music is the greatest music in the world, you know what I mean? And we know what it has done and the impact that it has done all across the world. So if you take up yourself to say, you are deal with reggae music and you are manage a reggae artist, that alone is a huge responsibility, you know. So. And
give thanks to Wayne Kingy. We talk when we come back because we're going to go to a break. I'm very curious about all this money we want to make. Yeah, we want to talk about the money, the money business. If you're just joining us, thanks to PBCJ, we are tuning live. We're also on JARIA's YouTube. I'm Colleen Douglas. With me, we have Herbie Miller, Kingy Letman, Dwayne McDonald, and we're on the Relay Exchange JARIA Reggae Open University 2023. We soon come back.
Reggae Month is February. February is Reggae Month. Go catch the rhythm on Reggae Month TV, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. daily in February. Catch the mega reggae concerts, interesting reggae documentaries and symposia, reggae conversations with pioneers of the music, and lots more. Reggae Month TV all days in February, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. on PBCJ and the Ministry of Culture social media pages. Get all the details real time on the Reggae Jamaica mobile app and come catch the rhythm this Reggae Month.
I'm sure my days will be long and my nights won't be few. Through the vision that's in me, I can see it clearly that there is gonna be peace, love and harmony, black understanding among my people. Oh yes, among my people. We're gonna jump and shout, Black Liberation Day. Oh yes, we're gonna sing and shout, the right understanding Day. Oh yes, we're gonna jump and shout, Black Liberation Day. Oh yes, we're gonna sing and shout, the right.
Yes, we're not gone nowhere. We are still here. Welcome back. I like where we left out, you know, so we want to talk about investment. How do you invest so that when you're Herbie's age, you can live the way Herbie is living? So we'll talk about that, but I want to spend some time and say thank you to some wonderful people. Reggae Month started 2008, and every year it's made possible by some kind sponsors. This year I want to thank UDC, that's Urban Development Corporation, the Chase Fund as usual, Ray and Nephew, Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sports, MCGES, PBCJ, Creation Foods. I'm begging a pardon if I forget one, I think I've forgotten one. I will remind myself shortly, or somebody will text it to me. Kingy, may I talk about investment? You look very happy. And I think rich people are happy people. People who invest are happy when you invest in the right places.
Put it this way. You always have to have a happy outlook, regardless if you are rich or not. You have to be rich in spirit in order to get the riches in your pocket.
What do you do with the money?
When I do the money, I spend it back in the industry. Invest in the artists so we can get bigger. You understand? When you find a little thing, you can put it somewhere, you catch it somewhere, because you know, say, you never know, there might be a rainy day, there might be COVID. You have to put on a little thing aside.
Retirement fund?
Of course, that's definitely. But for now, you have to invest back in the product so you can get back the outcome, so you can have enough, so you can put something aside.
Right, give thanks, sir. Dwayne, may I come to Herbie last, because I know already.
No, Kingy say it, man. Kingy say it. I mean, you know, you have to put in to get out, you know, so, and every level you build into the next level, you know, and to build to the next level, you need to invest in yourself, you know, so, as Herbie said earlier, you have to make a living, you know, so you're looking to earn from all the various revenue streams that are available to artists right now, but once you collect...
I want you to name them, you know, for that young manager looking on? Some revenue streams for artists.
All right, well, of course, shows, performing, publishing, distribution, that's selling the actual music, endorsements is another one. Neighboring rights, which is, something similar to publishing, but a little bit different. It's more for the artists and less for the songwriter, are just a few of them. We live in a time now as well where content creation in itself is kind of a new revenue stream, subscription services to content that you give to your fans and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's quite a number of revenue streams that are there, Maybe if I did prepare for that particular topic,
you'd have more.
I'd a reel of
okay.
all 50
we need
of
another
them.
Hour.
We need another hour. But yeah, I mean, and collecting from all these streams, looking on which one is working for you and your artists, which one is really bringing in the bucks, and either doubling down on that or looking to augment one that is falling short that should be better, which takes investment as well. So, yeah.
Give thanks. Herbie, one of the things, and you've experienced it, one of the saddest things for me is when an artist gets sick and we have to go fund me, or we come on TV and we beg for some help, or somebody passes away and we can't send them off in dignity because they are broke. Where did we go wrong with that?
It's really distressing when these things happen and to whom it happens. One of the things I said to every artist I work with, it's a profession, no less than a doctor, dentist, lawyer, whatever. You're just really self-employed. So you don't have that retirement thing and superannuation and housing trusts and all that being automatically taken out. However, you can, first of all, pay your taxes so you don't get over taxed at the later stage. But throw a little money in the housing trust thing, maybe not for you, maybe you make enough money to that, but it's a way of saving the national saving thing. I don't even remember what you call it now. But also an individual retirement fund. And that is where personal management is different from business management. You sit with your business management at the end of the tour with all this income. Don't go check into no fancy hotel with the big champagne and wash your car with that.
Hoping on the next tour comes soon.
Exactly. Put something in there for that day when you might have to be ending up in the hospital, or when you want to say you get to a stage in life when you see, well, wow, that compound interest really works.
It works, yes.
Listen, brethren, 30 years not long.
Yeah. Not long.
It is not long.
We've discovered.
It's a short period when you're tired of the road now and stuff like that. But you can't leave because you're still dependent on that little thing.
As much as you want to leave, you can't leave.
So the key is in investment circles, I say, pay yourself first.
Yes.
In other words, put away that little emergency money for the emergency fund. Then you put away your retirement money, you don't touch that. Get a good money manager to help you to do the things that we weren't taught to do.
Right.
Yes.
So you don't make what reach certain one of our heroes reach us. And we should be all right when you start get gray. And when you say you're big and rich and powerful, but you can go to the doctor, you can have a decent home, and you might have a pool and all them fancy things. If you want that, fine. I don't need that. But you have a proper vehicle. Your children got a proper schooling.
Yes.
But remember, we now are better off than our parents in general. So we're some of us just go primary school and that's the end of that. I'm so proud when I drive up to pick up some of the little grand picnic them at a Papa school. You see a DJ drive up to and pick up picnic.
Yes, man.
It's a wonderful thing to see how education for the next generation. I know among some of us, our children are lawyers and lecturers and
music managers.
And managers. And not just some little service provider.
Yes, yes.
serve people, but at a different level. And you know, I have one musician friend. His daughter is an extremely powerful lady on Wall Street. You understand? And that's how we set the future.
Yes.
You pass it on.
You know,
you pass it to your younger brethren and sisters.
I think we needed some more time for this conversation, but as you say, build the future, and we think of future of industry. What I noticed was I was the only girl on the panel. And it doesn't make me feel special. It makes me wonder, where are the female managers in Jamaica?
I think you have quite a few of them.
We have quite a few.
Don't we?
Definitely.
Name them.
April, that manages Rasa now.
Yes, young, upcoming.
Upcoming, you know.
Yeah, man, quite a few there.
We've had Miss Kemp, we've had
Miss Kemp, of course. And Miss Kemp has stuck to it. Miss Kemp is from younger than my time, but
and coming from insurance.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But you know, as we go, so I think that both women, men, women, and I don't know if it's probably easy. That's a whole different conversation about the gender issues, that's why some women might not. Dwayne, I think we have about 5 minutes to go. I did say that we wanted to talk a little bit about brand development, that development of your artists. Whether or not you started at the same place. Kingy, for you, we all watch Chris on TV. Somebody would have spotted him, and how do you go with that? What that conscious decision that you make? Do you guide the artist into creating this brand they want for themselves, or do you, from them, understand what they're about and develop that brand based on their own outlook?
Yeah, I think it's the latter, you know. From whatever you notice in them that's extraordinary or special, you know, and what they are naturally as well, is what I would recommend someone focus on in building the brand. You know, at the end of the day, if you build a brand that's completely opposite to the artist, you'll be fighting an uphill battle the entire career of the artists themselves. And also, you know, 2023, we're living on the social media time right now. You know, things are very close contact, very touchable, you know.
Separation.
Exactly, you know. So what an artist posts on social media is a big part of their brand and what is public brand right now. And more often than not, what an artist posts on social media is what they would naturally post on social media. And if it's not what they naturally would post, it's picked up by persons and they're seen as fake or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, so you kind of have to work with the artist's energy to develop their brand, but you have to help to guide what that is, the good aspects of it and the aspects that would benefit their music, the type of music that they're projecting, you know, the fan base that they have and what's working for them. You know, so you definitely, it's a combination of the artist's innate personality and who they are, as well as guiding that.
What they put on. Yeah. Digital footprint, Kingy, do you manage that for your artists, or you allow the artist to just be?
The artist does his own, but there are times when if the work becomes hectic, we might have someone for a short period who might interject and might post 1 hour, very, very few, for probably a short period of time, if he's that busy. But he does it mostly for himself. I would say 98% of the time. 98%. But there are times when, if there's a song, and the song have you really, really busy, you've been on the road, you don't want to have that empty space. So you might say to someone, look, can you do this for me for this short period of a time? So it does happen at times, but it's very, very rare.
And when
he has to approve it.
Okay, because I was about to say, when someone does it, you have to make sure that that voice is the artist's voice and not that someone's voice. Herbie, you have any thoughts on this digital?
No.
I mean, what that you did I go say? Him barely dep on WhatsApp.
But you know, these younger folks, they have it pat, man, and they know how to use that as a platform to build artist image, and at the same time, you have to be so careful that the artist doesn't get in a moment to be an embarrassment to themselves. You know how social media is. Just one slip of the pushing of that button and the wrong thing goes
and
out
the wrong
there.
thing goes
then you
out
have
and
to
you
come
can't
back to
correct it.
correcting that thing and turn it around and so on. In my days, we didn't talk about branding. We talked about trademark. And Peter's trademark was to legalize it.
To legalize it.
Was to set Africa free.
And it was strong, because we still have that today, him as a leader.
And it never embarrassed us, the fact that he was arrested, beaten, etc. for his advocacy. It's only lamentable that he did not live long enough to see Mandela walk free after he was the first pop artist to sing about apartheid. He didn't live long enough to see, even in Jamaica, the partial freeing up of ganja, herb, whatever you call it, to the point where you have smoke shops all about the place. He paid dearly for having his draw weed, his different brands and what have you in his motor car.
We stand on his shoulders every time we light up or steam up.
If I can just add one more thing as relates to branding. The brand that you develop with the artist can heavily affect the decisions you make too. The shows that you take, the endorsements that you do, the contracts that you sign, even who you collab with. You know, so in developing that brand, that's something to take into consideration as well. You know, how it will affect your decisions down the road. So.
I know we're coming to the close. You know, when you were talking about social, I'm very fascinated with that data-driven tours, you know, how you use back-end information from social media to determine where you go, because you can see where your audiences are, and the information is so disaggregated that you can actually know how much man they are, so much male shirt may go make. That kind of thing is with social media is not just to look pretty on the face, but our managers are using the back end. I want a last word from all three of you to encourage somebody to start that management company or to get into music management. What's your word to them?
Well, I just want to say this music is a great music, and there's a responsibility to all of us to develop the industry, you know. There is a moving goalpost as well. Every day the industry changes, the systems change, and it's important for us to educate ourselves so that we can properly manage the artists. And no matter what anybody tell you, managers are needed, and managers are an integral part of artists' career.
Kingy?
Yeah, it's a wonderful industry. It's a wonderful culture. It is beautiful out there. Come on board.
My company next door.
Come on board.
It's beautiful with eyes half closed. Herbie?
It allows for entertaining and educating at the same time, for spreading messages that serve humanity beyond just jollificating. One of the things I want to address is that today technology has allowed young managers as yourselves to judge the demographic and deal with that. In our days, you waited for the marketing department to get the feedback from the distributors, not just the feedback positively, but how many returns were there to figure out if it even makes sense to go toward that particular neighborhood.
We give thanks. We give thanks for an industry that I'm most at home. Is I ever tell you that I'm happiest around music people? Yes. So it is our final JARIA Reggae Open University for February at least. I do believe that PBCJ by now is fully convinced that this kind of conversation is important to Jamaica to share about this wonderful music we call reggae. So they will call JARIA and say, come once per month with these conversations. So we look forward to that. JARIA Reggae Open University, the relay exchange has been the theme for this month, and we are very happy that we have the Grammy Award winning manager Dwayne who joined us. me dupe, Mr. Kingy Letman, thank you. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, and my very good gentleman friend here, Mr. Herbie Miller, for taking time and sharing space with the young people.
Give thanks, Colleen. But speaking of the station here, perhaps to extend this sort of forum, they might want to offer you one evening per month, week, whatever, to continue this kind of dialogue.
No, I agree, because it's important. It really is important. Dwayne said it early, it's not just glamour and glitter. It is really big business, and if it's big business, we have to take it seriously, and as much as possible, I see the rap. It is as big as the rap on my head. He's behind there directing. Thank you so much. It has been my pleasure. I'm Colleen Douglas, and I will see you next month right here at PBCJ.
The band on the stand, Chronics. Are you ready for showtime? Randy Williams, are you ready for showtime? Get ready for a musical experience. His mother christened him Kevin Anthony Jackson. Tonight, in full musical flight, we present a man who is 1 in a million. Randy Williams Entertainment Center. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage 1 in a million, Sanchez.
A chance.
You know, since you've been away, I've been so lonely. I cry all night. Oh, but I don't seem to be caught up inside our dream all my life. It's always been my shadow in me. Well, over my shoulder there's always a voice somewhere saying I never should try to set my heart free. I wish that love would come and show me what I never know. And if I could hold someone in words like right from wrong, just fade away like yesterday. Lonely won't leave me alone. Lonely won't leave me alone. Why, tell me why? Lonely won't let me fall in love. And everywhere I go, always by my side. Lonely won't. This little girl, pretty little girl. This little girl, pretty little girl. This little girl, pretty little girl, I wanna know. This little girl, pretty little girl. Little girl, pretty little girl. This little girl, the whole town's talking about her. This sweet little girl from Kintyre. She's got a property that I truly admire. She smiles when I call her Miss Scotty. She hear it every word that she calls. Where in the world did she get it? Don't ask me, I don't know. But I'll find the right words to say to get her into my world. God knows I'm serious, I'm not. Well, I'll be down by the river. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll be down by the river, singing songs of joy of this lovely faith. I don't want to show some respect to my virgin. If you was here tonight, it will give you something like this. Guess I didn't tell you how I feel. I know my loving is real. From the crown of my head to the sole of my feet. And what is this that I feel? Taking control of me. And my body's in trouble. It's you that I need, yeah. And is it how you walk? Is it how you talk? Is it how you smile that made me come alive? I wanna know what it is about you. 'Cause everything that I've been searching for, this girl I see it in you. You are my dreams come true. And every single day, way, night I pray that I'll be there for you. Be there for me. Yeah, every day I love it just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Every day I love it just a little bit more, and she love me the same. 'Cause her love is my love, and my love is her love. Yes, she gave me loving at the right time, daytime and nighttime. Yes, she gave me loving at the right time. Every day I love it just a little bit more, and she love me the same. It doesn't really matter too much to me. She was too goddamn old for me, my baby. All that really matters is that you're my girlfriend. And baby, that's all that matters to me. Oh baby, just let me love you down. It's gonna be so nice. Just let me love you remember when I used to drive you home from work. You used to do a lot of things to make my feelings hurt. Baby, all my friends say I'm too young for you, but I can do what guys their age can do. Oh baby, just let me love you down. It's gonna be so nice. Just let me love you down. It's gonna be so sweet. Oh well, let me love you, girl. Oh well. A million times or more I thought of. Lot of mercy. A million times or more I thought about you. The years of tears and laughter, things we used to do. A memory upon me like a sunny day, and you touch my life in such a special way. But I miss the way you ran your fingers through my hair. A million times or more I thought about you. The years of tears and laughter, things we used to do. A memory upon me like a sunny day, and you touch my life in such a special way. But I miss the way you ran your fingers through my hair. Those crazy nights we cuddle in your easy chair. Oh no, I won't let foolish pattern you away. I'll take you back whatever price I pay. Oh, well, it's so nice to feel you hold me again. When it doesn't matter where you have been. Welcome back into my life again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ronnie Williams and Yosemite Day. Listen. The very first time that I saw you, pull up. Hey. Bye bye. Listen. Ooh, stop it up, stand up. Ooh, stop it up, stand up. Ooh, stop it up, stand up. Ooh, stop it up. The very first time that I saw your brown eyes, your lips said hello and I said hi. I knew right then you were the one. But I was caught up in a physical attraction, and to my satisfaction, baby, you're more than just a friend. In love again, I will be sure that the lady is a friend. In love so true, I will be sure that the lady's just like you. Should I even listen? Should I even try? Be hearing that same old lie. I said it doesn't matter what you're doing to yourself. Say the whole relationship is built on a one love. You say things aren't tough, still you won't come sleep with me out. You're in love when you don't know the meaning of love should have brought you. A lot of man not get no woman tonight. Said a lot of man are gonna have to stand up and fight it. But remember to praise Jehovah, and he will guide you to Armageddon. Hey, what them say about uptown, downtown? Uptown, downtown, we all done together under one ground. Pull up the man, yeah. Well, watch this. Forever, I will be true. Forever, I will love you. Forever, I'll always be here right by your side. And every morning I'll be there when you open your eyes. I'm never gonna let you down. I'll always be around. I'll be there for you, 'cause I love you. I'm never gonna let you down. I'll always be around. Yes, I'll be there for you, 'cause I love you. Oh, never, no, never, no, never will let you down. Whoa, oh, well, listen up. Something's wrong. Oh, I can tell. Is it that someone new came along and broke the spell? There's a doubt that I can share. Emptiness in your kiss, I'm finding hard to take. If you're having second thoughts, if you think we should let go, after all we've been through, I should be her first to know. Sweetest insecurity, always slowly. I've got to know, babe, are you still in love with me? Like the way we used to be. Or did it all fade away? And the hurt I feel is here to stay. Are you still in love with me? Like the way we used to be. Or did it all tumble down? And the hurt I feel, bye-bye. Yeah. And wherever I lay my hat, is that's my home. Why? Listen, you've had your chance, and you're breaking my chance over me. And there's so I'd like for you to know that I'm not worth it, you say. For I'm the type of boy who is always on the road. Yeah. Wherever I lay my head, that's my home, baby. Why? Runaways. I talk to you, but it's not the same. Why? And every time you whisper my name, I wanna run to your arms. We've been Randy Williams. It won't be long. And it seems like Randy Williams. And it's hard on my own. And it made me go missing you now. And it's driving me crazy. I'm needing my baby. I'm missing you now. Come on, I can't wait till I'm alone with you. Oh, for you I give a lifetime of stability in anything you wanna be. Nothing is impossible for you. There are no words or ways to show my love or all the thoughts I'm thinking of. 'Cause this life is no good all since we become one. You're all I know. Everything I do now makes sense. And all roads end, all I do is for you. I stopped sending flowers to your apartment, baby. You said you're not around much anymore. Yeah, I stopped dropping by without an appointment, baby. 'Cause sometime late at night, well, before you close your eyes to sleep, well, I made a vow that I would drop by you sometimes, but that's a promise I can't keep. 'Cause I love you too much to ever stop liking you. Oh, well, yeah. Come on. Come on. Hey. Goes like this. Sorry. Is all that you can say. And years gone by and still words don't come easily. Like sorry, like sorry. And maybe if I told you the right words at the right time, please be mine. Hey, na 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 na, stand up, stand up, na 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 na. Oh, na 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 na, stand up, stand up, na na na. Singing my love, my love, my love, and don't be so sad at this party. Forget your troubles until tomorrow. Don't be so sad at this party, baby. Whenever you're ready, hold my hand, won't you dance? You let me rock, rock, and rock with me, baby. Rock, 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 rock with me, baby. Rock, rock with me. Oh yes, rock with me. Oh yeah. Got to tell you how you tell me. Ever since the day you came into my life, my baby, I am lonely and I want somebody. I am lonely, yes, it's so amazing to be loved. I follow you to the moon and the sky.
Sun was all I know. She ain't on so tight and she never let. Love the flower gun, make me see your hand show. See.
Got to tell you how you tell me. Ever since the day you came into my life, my baby, I am lonely and I want somebody. I am lonely, yes, it's so amazing to be loved. Follow you to the moon and the sky.
Oh, I say all who never learn to dance, learn to dance. Come down the people catching you band dance, catching you band dance, catching. Old time dancing, come back again. Well, flower gun, you go and mash it up again. Old time, never see the no matter no. Well, flower gun, watch this. Me and a dance, shock out and bounce somebody bounce. Janetta bounce from the one Susie. Susie bounce from the one Beverly. Hold up your one if you feel irate. Stand up, you love the Sanchez day. A flower gun is in the park. So when them see you and your man a walk, and a hug up and a y'all you know it on them heart. I hope you want show the rain band, y'all. Little girl that's a martin bull. When them see you white, I'ma see right up now. Yo, me say the bun them. When them see you white, bun them. You in a good condition, God. Come in, Sanchez.
Lord, kick out of foot 'cause you know man mascot. Ball it up, no boy, no kicking a yogurt. Boom! Hey! Hey! There are lots of signs in life, some that you may not like. You could be living this minute, the next minute you're gone away. Be conscious, my sisters, and by your works you shall surely be paid. I never try this the man with you, the one who's got the title, the one who sits high and he looks down low. And if you ever this the man with it, the one who's got the title, you'll be someone that he don't. Listen. Yes, I have wasted my time trying to deal with mankind, and that's a very hard thing to do. So they check out of the back of my mind, just to leave this world behind. Listen, I guess I'm not the only who'd like to see mankind living in tranquility. Yeah, and if only we agree, yeah, we can live in unity. Listen now, we're all say, can we all just live as one? Yeah, we're all like birds of one feather. Yeah, it's time to live as. Hey, so make me tell them. I'll give me this one time, give me the energy, the energy. I make me talk to me family, me family. I'm not stop. Pull. Cause right now, I'd like to send some tribute, pay some tribute, some respect to people who have come before myself and made it so easy, da. You know, all you have to do, you just say he's an artist, whether DJ or singer. And from here, say something positive, it will work. Bob Marley did that. And for that reason, tonight, massive. If them people that was here tonight, you would hear something like this. Love and hate. Oh no. Oh no. Here I come with love and not hatred. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of my life. There'll be no one, no wish to me with no evil man. And there comes a day when you'll be free by the Father's side. Leave across the children. Oh yeah, oh, Liverpool children. Oh, my head is anointed and my cup runneth over. Oh, surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of my life. Why? Ooh, oh, well now. Tell her try your best just to make it quick. Come attend to the sick. Cause there must be something she can do. This heart is broken in two. Oh, yeah. Tell her it's a case of emergency. There's a patient by the name of rest in peace, my brethren. Oh, night nurse. Only you alone can quench this thirst. Oh, my night nurse. Oh God, oh the pain is getting worse. I'm hurt by love. To me, you wanna be my number one. So let's talk about it be gone. And if you wanna be my number one, if you wanna be my number one, if you wanna be my number one, let me know your future plan. Hey. How about pull up. I beg the them open the mic now. Just open up, free up the mic now, my general. And the mic's so nice, Sure. Yo! Yeah, nice and easy. Let's do it. Enough to be there, stay longing, hanging on the wall. Now as I watched you walk through the door, and I waved goodbye to you, and my heart cries out to know that you are gone. Does it? Does it have to be there, stay longing, hanging on the wall? Run away, dogs! Go time! Pull up, pull up, pull up! I don't want to show enough respect to Mr. Siblings in that place. I see my brethren. Enough love. Run that! When you turn and you walk through the door, pull up. Oh, I love you, baby. Listen. When you turn and you walk through the door, it hurt me so, darling. I said it hurt me so. When you look at me and you said goodbye, you make me cry. I said you make me cry. So listen to me while I say to you, breaking up is hard to do. Everybody knows.
Lord, you think I love you for just one thing. To you, my love maybe seem the same, but I love the way you carry yourself. I even love you the way you comb your hair. Ain't that loving you? Ain't that loving you far more? I see my version of there. It would have given something like so. Joy and cry, even tears, even my heart cry. But who cares? Who's for no one but myself? Hey! When the roll is called up yonder, I've got to be there, right? When the roll is called up yonder, yes, I gotta be there. And when the reading in the dance, I gotta be there, Lord. Yes, I gotta be there, Lord knows. And I'll be singing and dancing sweet reggae music songs. And all the folks in the dance all night long and longing. And when the roll is called up yonder, Tennessee will be singing there. And when the roll is called up yonder, a Sanchez will be. Hey! And if you know this song, feel free. Go something like this. Oh, I wake up in the morning with my head down in my eyes, and she says hi. Then I stumble to the breakfast table where the kids were going off to school. Goodbye. Yeah. She reaches out and takes my hand, squeezes it and says, how you feeling, love? And then I look across her smiling lips. It warms my heart to see my morning sun. And if that's not loving me, it's all I want to say. Oh, God didn't make little green apples. It don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime. There's no such thing like Mother Seuss, Disneyland and Mother Goose, and no nursery rhyme. God didn't make little green apples. It don't break. Pull up. No, I want to keep it straight. I want to keep it straight for all the ladies, for real. Right now, this part of my show is dedicated to you. Oh, boy, ladies. Hi. When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love?
cheeks. And darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. Oh, and baby, my heart can still fall as hard at 23. People fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe me, I fall in love with you every single day. And I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Oh darling, place your hand on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, 'cause baby, we found love right where we are. And this one goes on for the respectable people inside the place, you know. Just wanna do this. Go something like this. Listen. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's love, baby. Let's get it on. Sugar, let's get it on. Ooh. We're all sensitive people with so much to give. And since we've got to live, let's live. I love you first. Nothing wrong with me loving you, baby, not now. And giving yourself to me could never be wrong if the love is true. Don't you know how sweet and wonderful life can be? And I'm asking you, baby, to get it on with me. Ain't gonna worry, I ain't gonna push. Don't push me, baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Stop beating around the bush. Oh yeah. Let's get it on. Ooh. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Oh well. Well, right now, Massive, I just wanna say thanks for coming out, making this possible. Really do appreciate it. And thank you. Hold on. And I've never gone anywhere and not performing for the Lord. That's where my strength comes from. And right now, Master, we're gonna go do something. all my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, yeah. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire. In darkest night, you were close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend. And I have lived in the goodness of God. And if you know it, sing it! All my life you have been faithful. Glory. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, yeah. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Thank you. I don't even know it. If you can't get the boat to your seat, I don't watch no face. But this part of my show is to the glory up to the Father right now. Goes like this. Real, real, real. Christ so real to me. I love him 'cause he gave by the. Oh yes, and many people doubt him, but I can't do without him, and that is why I love him. Oh God, I'm gonna lay down my burden, down my Someday, said I'll go where Jesus is. Someday, yes, I'll go where Jesus is. Oh, someday, yes, I'll go. And I'll be caught up to meet him. Caught up to meet him in the Thank you. Hold it. Well, massive tonight, got a little treat for you all. Because I got a new song out called Double for My Trouble. It's myself and the great Richie Stevens. And tonight we want to do it, you know, because the man is here. So let's do it, Richie. You say you love me, baby, and we should be together, but you just drive me crazy. Now that we are together, I can't wait till the oh no, I can't wait till the oh no. You call me on the oh yeah, and tell me Rich, I can't take this. Ooh, the shape of me. Hey! Wouldn't believe I've lost the race again. And I'm coming again, cause I just gotta get in. Everybody, and I'm trying to get to you. Sanchez, I'm a vegetable. Tell them something. Love you like a French vegetable. Watch out. Because me and what's up vibe the morning and tonight? What's up vibe the morning and tonight? Vibes, everybody put your hands together for Sanchez, the man, the singing. Yes. You know Garnet Silk. If you know Garnet Silk, put your hands in the air like this. Don't let the obstacles of life get you down. Everybody, don't let the things they say and do weaken your heart and conquer you. Just make your life in a one of two. And I know John will see you through. They all wanna see you fall and stumble along the way, yeah. But Jah is great, so keep the faith. God, good day by day. Everybody, get on up, stand up. Oh. Somebody say, pull up. Don't let the obstacles of life get you down. Don't let the things they say and do weaken your heart and conquer you. Just make your life in a one of two. And I know Jah will see you through. They all wanna see you So keep the faith. God, you take my man. Get on up, stand up, my man. Don't give in up. Get on up, stand up, my man. Fight to win, yeah. Get on up, stand up, my man. Don't give in up. Get on up, stand up, and don't be a fool this time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I lift up my hands to the Father, 'cause He make me strong. He put the food on my table. Yes, it did my heart and soul. Oh, Jah, I love you so. Mighty Jah, I need you so. Sing along, hallelujah. Praise His name, hallelujah. Night and day, hallelujah. Highest praise, hallelujah. Watch me, Kevin. Them people that come to enjoy themselves tonight, you know, Kevin. All who come to enjoy themselves, let me hear you. Baseline, watch this. Let's drink. I miss it. Let's drink to the lowly of birth. Everybody, raise your glass to the good, not the evil. Let's drink to the salt of the earth. Oh, love's got a hold on me. Oh, yes, your love's got a hold on me. Oh, yes, your love's got a hold on me. Oh, yes, your true love. I know you know them too, now, Kevin. Give me the verse. Watch this. Yeah. All right, Richard. It goes something like this. Girl, you got me here tonight, and the feeling is right. And you hold me tight. Let's make love till morning light. 'Cause your love's got a hold on me. Your love got a hold on me. I said your love's got a hold on me. Your love got a hold on me. You look like the man them wine and mash up. Them wine and mash up. Mash up in a Sanchez. Are you officer? Hey, I love me friend them. I tell me so. Me all up on the rhythm and me nah go let go. So, idiot sound boy, me and you not friend. No matter come and ramp up with my sound again. Phenomena one, phenomena two, phenomena them trees. I'm your father, but me say what me say to me. I don't need a panic, just got some last Sanchez. I don't want me come and dance away. Better get out uptown before I string up my sound. You must be foolish to come try. Tell my sound. You better hear what I say. The sparkle can go away. You better look somewhere to hide. We tell them again, move by, forget you. Move.
Again, I say all who know dead from morning, run go all up. Fresh, go all up. All who know dead from evening, run go all up. Mix me now. Man, if you wake up this morning and you do all up. Evening pass and you do all up. What are they about? There is a one more piece. Let's go on and say, me a the agony, yes, me a the agony, me a the agony. Y'all them remedy, me a the agony, yes, me a the agony, me a. Talk to me now. For I say, inna me heart and me liver and me kidney, inna me chest and me back and me, inna me nice of it. So if you love the flower gun, let me hear you. Love Sanchez, baby. Cause when we check it out, Lord, no way no better than all Jamaicans. Oh, when we check it out, Lord, no way no better than. Hear me now. Me say Jamaican posse, let me hear you. Talk to me. Well, if you love Sanchez, let me hear you. One more. You love Richie Steve, let me hear you.
And if you love flower gun, make you hear you.
Say the money say I know. Flower gonna say, we run things, things no run. Anything we done, it a fit. Listen. I don't mind showing at the general, you know. Sanchez, I love you, brother.
Every time flower gun is a pleasure, I know. It's a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure, you're my friend, yo. Every time. Every time, you know. Easy. Pull up.
Talk to them, Kevin.
Yeah. Richie, you came up with this beautiful song, yo. And it's doing numbers. You know, do numbers like numbers. Yeah. It's doing great.
Well, let's see, when we are sing for the woman, then we have to make sure, say, we give it to you all, you know. All right, watch this. We're going to do this beautiful song for the ladies out there. Ladies, let me hear you, please. You don't hear the ladies scream?
Yeah, well, this song is just to show you and to tell you that whenever I do wrong, my wife loves me more. You believe that, Richie?
Yes, man. So, brand new and good for you. Hope you like it. Double for your troubles. Here we go. It's the music. Now here's a beautiful song for all the ladies that held it down through tough times.
Loyal and strong. Now this is your song. When a woman loves you in your struggles,
she's giving you double for your troubles.
She's giving me double for my troubles. Twice the love and devotion. You're that soul connection in my life.
Double for my troubles. Twice the love and affection. When this world comes tumbling down, there for her man, yeah, yeah.
Sometimes we fail to recognize the strength within a woman. Mother Nature will tell us when a woman is virtuous, love her with a purpose.
I gave her a life of commitment with joy and fulfillment, special kind of treatment. My heart is overjoyed with true love and confidence.
She's giving me double for my troubles, twice the love and devotion. You're that soul connection in my life.
Double for my troubles, twice the love and affection. When this world comes tumbling down, here for her man.
Listen, when things go wrong and I'm not strong, and you know I'm at my weakest, girl, you know what to say at the end of the day. You light a candle in my darkness.
Wish that I could do the kind of things you do. Girl, but could I be without you? That's why I'm counting my blessings. I won't be stressing, oh no.
Giving me double for my troubles, twice the love and devotion. You're that soul connection in my life.
Double for my troubles, twice the love and affection. When this world comes tumbling down, you're there for her man, yeah. I've got no more sleepless.
No, my girl mean everything alright.
I can lay my head down, safe and sound, knowing I'm not alone.
Bad like that.
All the ladies, just put your hands up on wave side to side. Now come on up, everybody come on now.
She's giving me double for my troubles, twice the love and devotion. You're that soul connection in my
She's giving me double for my trouble. Double, double, double. I know my girl. She's giving me double. Thank you. Thank you. Every time. It's alright, just I want to make my exit, but before I leave, please do me a favor and put your hands together and make some noise for one of the best singers in Jamaica, Sanchez!
Thank you, Richie.
Yes!
Thank you.
Really,
Thank
really
you.
coming
Thank
from
you
your
for
heart.
real.
Respect my general. Yes,
every
sir.
time, Richie. Thank you. Thank you, for real. And right now, hold on. Hold on. Hold it! I don't care what you're sipping on, what you may be smoking on. But right now, this part of my show is dedicated to all the frenzies on the NZ. Sipping on some Hennessy, smoking on some trees, run that fast! Listen. Me and my frenzy on the NZ, smoking sensey, sipping on some Hennessy, living up, living up, living up, living up. Surrounded by fine ladies, dainty babies, rocking and jigging to songs of all ages. Living up, living up, living up, living up. Me say to all of my jiggers and my jiggers, and if you can't show your man, you're not in my category. Rolling my truck, buckle up, girls from the oven, asking me what's up. We're living up, living up. We're living up, living up. And so we're rolling up to Wendy's, parked around, seeing a friend, then step inside. Living up, living up. We're living up, living up. Me say to all of my jiggers and my jiggers. And if you can't show your man, you're not in my category. Cause we know one, no. And if you can't, hey, and we know one, no. Hey, and if you can't, Chi man. Can't tell you. Yeah. 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 Listen. Listen. Well, I don't really have to do more soon for them. I don't feel like get enough. You don't feel like get enough. No, I'm not ask. All right. All right. It's a siblings in another place. I wonder if you know that. You know that? You know that? All right, well, hear this. Chip on the left hand side, pass the chip on the sense you mean in your half bone. The chalice of the bun and the Jaja moon, stars and sun. Pass the chip on the left hand side, pass the chip on the sense you mean in your half bone. The chalice of the bun, oh well, it was a cool and lovely breezy afternoon. Said I could feel it cause it one pull. Hold on. You know, some more Mr. Siblings to come play the bass, yeah?
I'm creative.
You know, some would allow Mr. Siblings come play the bass, yeah?
I am creative.
Because I him create the bass line, yeah. You know, I'm going to two member it in a cause a long time, you know.
Full up. Full up.
But just the great friend for life, I swear to God. More I hear you play that bass there. Yeah. God, this bass line was originally made by Mr. Leroy Siblings. You see it? It's called Country. But him call it full up. Someone could do it now. Do it, Ja. Look like you have it. Whoa! This is just to say I love you, girl. Hey, pass the coachy on the left hand side. Pass the coachy on the social media up. You hear that? Call it happy banana, Jaja, moon, stars and sun. Pass the coachy on the left hand side. Pass the coachy on the left. Social media happy born. The Charlie's happy born. Oh well, it was a cool and lovely breezy afternoon. Said I could feel it cause it was the month of June, yeah. And so I left my gate and I went out for a walk. And as I passed the Dreadlocks camp, I heard them sing, I man don't smoke the chronic to bother no one. Oh no, I man don't smoke the chronic to cause botheration to Babylon. I man smoke the chronic just to meditate. Alright, so in all my doings, my rewards will be great. So why won't you leave righteous children alone? Can't you see that we're protected? Give it up for Richard. Leroy Siblings, I thank you so much, sir. Thank you for passing through. I'm making this one bad like that. Enough respect in every aspect. From my fans coming out, making this possible. Yeah, for real. Yeah. Every time. Every time we general. Boy. Hi. Give it up for Leroy Siblings. Hi. Enough respect in every aspect. Hi. All right. You know the man who actually said the thing and forget it? Him give you something like this. In his life, in his life, in his life, in this so sweet life, coming in from the cold. Coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in from the cold. It is you I'm talking to now. Yes, you are. You I'm talking to now. Why do you look so sad and forsaken? When one door is closed, don't you know other is open? Don't you let your sister make you kill your brother, man. No. And don't you let your sister make you kill your brother, man. And don't you make the system get into your head again. Biggest man I ever did see was when I was just a baby in his life. In his life, in his life. Oh, sweet life, well, coming in from life and fly on one wing. Hold on. Bird does not fly on one or with one wing. So, of course, and this happens to be the grand finale. All my people, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Listen. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little boys sit by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies, singing, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Yeah. Take it down. Yeah, yeah. Amazing grace shall always be my song of praise. For it was grace that bought my liberty. I never know just why Christ came to love me so. He left me my faults and saw my name. And I shall forever lift my hands to Calvary, to that rock where Jesus died. How marvelous the grace that caught my falling soul. He looked beyond all of my faults and saw my need.
Reggae is global. Reggae is everywhere.
Yeah, reggae is my life, you know, because if it wasn't for reggae, I don't know, another workout thing did or something.
We have something which the world crave even right now. Reggae is internationally known.
I am a Jamaican.
In the reggae studio with our reggae ambassadors as they reveal the other side of the reggae beat outside the spotlight.
From me, I'm as free as the birds in the tree.
Yes, the name is Alton Nehemiah Ellis. Was born in Kingston, Jamaica, Beeson Street and Charles Street. Well, it was hard, but what make it nice is that I had my mom and dad beside me all the way, and I realized that a lot of kids wasn't that fortunate. You know, you have kid who, from the age of 9, he was on the street trying to find food for himself. I know of kids like that, and they are adult now, can tell you the story. So I look back on my kids and realize my dad worked at Jamaica Railway for 22 years. He got the job when I was born, he told me this, and he retired when I was 21. And he was there for us all the time, and my mom, housewife, she sell fruits and things like that. My dad was a fireman at railway. And it was hard, but like I said, that softened the blow. I had mom and dad beside me up until I was 21. I went to Ebenezer School for a short period. I left there when I was about 10, and I finished schooling at Boys Town Elementary, whereby I moved to Trenchtown then. So Boys Town was right there. And I was educated at Boys Town in more than one way, because one of the education is that you have to learn to fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a school with all boys, and boys want to macho, and who is tough and who is this, and you get all those education along the line, you know, to deal with life. I had 2 brothers and 4 sisters. And Leslie is the eldest, I'm the second. Irvin is then Hortens, then Myrtlin, and then Irving, Cherry and Beryl, you know, in order. And most of us are musicians. Leslie is a very good musician. He didn't take it serious, but I get him involved, and he wrote a song named Brown Eyes. You might hear the song, Brown Eyes, you're enchanting my memory. It's a big hit in Jamaica, you might hear it. And he gave me that song, but at the time when he gave me the song, I was so big-headed because I had Mirel and about 3 other big hits on the street. So I said, oh, that's soft, you know. And he gave it to a guy, a friend, and they recorded it straight to #1. So Leslie, quite good. He was part of the Flames at one stage, Alton and the Flames. And then, you know, Hortens is very famous. I started her at an Opportunity Hour, listening to her singing every day at home, and I just took her one day to this Opportunity Contest, and she won that night, and she never lost right through her career. She won until Byron Lee took her off the Opportunity scene and started working with her as a professional. And my smaller brother Irvin now, he's a musician from he was 12 until now. He's in a wheelchair right now in New York, but he's still playing every night. He plays steel pan, not the ordinary steel pan, because he plays with a band behind him. He plays with an ordinary trap set band, not a steel pan thing. He was the only one playing a steel pan. He played in all the hotels in New York. And my dad was a guitarist, and well, wasn't professional, but he played guitar at home and sing. My mom was a big singer. You know, she was part of the Pocomina scene. And when as a kid, when I tried to find her at night, singing on the street side, you know, I could hear her voice from miles away. And I think we have the DNA from the both of them, and we get turned out to be musicians, you know, and the story continues. From a child, I was musically inclined, you know, singing and dancing, you know, that's the main thing. And then you're listening to all these songs from America, and then you start dancing with the R&B things coming out of America, you know. And one of my greatest memory or influence, I could say, is I was at school, at Boylston School, when the Governor General at the time, Sir Hugh Foote, he came to school one morning, and, you know, as kids, we have to stand up and sing for this big, tall, white man, distinguished and elegant, you know. And when we finished singing, he shook my hand first. He shook my hand first of all the kids, and that did something to me. He did other kids too, but he did it to me first, you know. And I never forget that. As if to say, you got a lovely voice, or you can sing. And it continued from there, where I just was interested in music all the way, you know. And when the opportunity hour started, then it get me going. I entered as a dancer. I came in the business as a dancer first. A lot of people don't know this. I started dancing, and I dance, win a lot of contests too, you know, with people like the great Pom Pom, Pluggy and Beryl, and Persian, and some more dancers, but those are the three most famous dancers coming in Jamaica at the time. And we have trickled down to people like me and others. And I danced for about a year or about 2 years, and then I switched to singing, and singing on my own, and used to get a lot of flagging from the greats like Owen Gray, Lassell Perkins, Scully and Bunny, Wilfred Edwards. Those were the leader at the time, you know. But I keep knocking at the door until a friend said to me one day, Alton, let's sing together, no? I say, okay. And we started practicing at night. When Eddie came from school, we would sit down and practice. And the group came together, Alton and Eddie. Muriel was our very first song, you know, and giant hit in Jamaica. Big. And I was happy for my dad to know that is the only song he used to listen every morning, you know. We'd play every morning for about a year in Jamaica, every morning. And my father used to just listen to it, and I'm glad I did something to cheer him up, you know, before he died. And what caused the group Alton and Eddie to break up now? There was a opportunity. Things started by Steve Neal. Steve Neal is responsible for the most of the American acts came in Jamaica at the time. And we couldn't enter together because we were now known as professional. We had a big hit, so one of us could, but not the two of us. And I told Eddie, say, yes, you go ahead and enter, because I was working at the time. Eddie was still going to school. He was going to college. And I trained him the song, and we trained together. And he won. Star was born. He went to Ed Sullivan show in America. For 2 weeks, he spent 18 months working with the likes of Chuck Jackson, Benny King, you name it. All those big stars on the scene at the time, he was with them. So when he came back to Jamaica 18 months after, I didn't want to know Alton anymore. His head was in the clouds. He was too big, and he didn't want to know reggae music neither, because he's so trained in the soul direction. So I was out in the rain alone. Nobody wanted to give me any work, because they don't know Alton Ellis. They know Alton and Eddie. So things went flat for me, very flat, you know.
Gotta love somebody. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Hey. When you turn and you walk through the door, it hurt me so now. Said it hurt me so. A woman
Coxon had a sound system. And Mr. Dodd, the owner of the sound system, started doing some recording for his sound. It was like making dub plate, because when he go to the States and buy the records in the States, other sound system would go there and buy the same record. So he decided to make some record of his own. So he started doing recording, and at about his third session, I was on that session, 1957, and Muriel was the song, a very big hit. And I did about another 5 songs, a song called My Heaven, which is now background music for a movie in the States. And we parted little after that, you know, and I leave the music scene for a while, not feeling good about the treatment and the situation, you know. And I was getting involved in printing. A friend came to live in Trenchtown, and he was straight from Alpha School, and he came with his trade. So he said to me one day, Alton, why don't you come out of the other daytime and come up to Stevenson Printer? It's right there today, you know, in Collins Green Avenue. And I started working there, learning printing. And I was getting on fine until one day I left printing and went to rehearsal and came back and got a letter saying, go home and keep singing, you know. We can't afford you to come when you feel like and say you're going to rehearsal. And believe me, I cry out the whole day, you know. Anyway, I decided to go back to music, and I put a group together, Alton and the Flames. And this time, this is like a year and a half, could be 2 years though. And then I went to Treasure Isle now, because the business have developed over the 2 years. Coxon turned out to be not Coxon anymore, but the Studio One. And Treasure Isle came on the scene with a studio also. Like I say, we have some disagreement with the business side of it, you know? And that was part of it. And part of it was that Eddie abandoned me also and things. So I just decided to start again. And instead of going back to Coxon, which is now Studio One, I go to Treasure Isle. And my first song was Dance Crusher for Treasure Isle. And then I did the second one, was a song called The Preacher, Papa Tully's a Preacher, Don't Like Rudy. In fact, I go on the scene singing anti-rude boy songs, because the rude boy thing began to spring up in Jamaica, in Trenchtown, you know? Bad guy named Busby, and some next one, Zaki, and Naya Keith, Tuku Keith, about 5 Keith, and there was, yes, there's nasty chops, you know? Any dance them going to, is that dance finish in one year or the other, you know? And some ugly things started happening, and I didn't like it. You know, I'm not an aggressive type of person. So I began to sing all these songs. Dance Crusher, Papa Tully's a Preacher, Don't Like Rudy, You Better Be a Goodie. Cry Tough, How Can a Man Be Tough, Tougher Than the World? Because this tough thing come on the scene. A guy belch, and if you belch like him too, you get some wicked licks and things. You know, just stupidness, you know, macho business. So by this time now, I'm doing those songs. Bob Marley was doing some wicked tune. Rudy get bail, and Rudy can't go to jail, and Rudy get taller, and he was singing some rude boy songs. Now, a lot of people misunderstand the situation, but I am pointing out what was happening at the time. I'm not saying anything against Bob, because people get it wrong when I talk about this story, you know. But it was just Bob as a revolutionary type of person, you know. He wasn't the soft type of guy and easygoing chap. People talk about Bob Marley. If they know him, they stay far from him, because he's a strong person, very strong and forceful. Bob didn't have to fight anybody in Trenchtown, because everybody stay far from him. The words coming from his mouth, always positive and forceful. So even some big 6 foot tall guys stay away from him. You know, they just get that vibes. And it was like that for a while when I turned to Juke one day and said, look, I have to stop this anti-rude boy thing because we all live together in Trench Town, Bob and I and the rude boys, you know, and they begin to intimidate me with knife, dancing around me. When I hear Bob tune, man would open the knife and start to dance around me. And I decided to stop that and go back to my love songs. And it was a really nice thing because I was reeling out the hits like Joke, Hit Tune, Girl I've Got a Date, Get Ready Rock Steady, Ain't That Loving You, Willow Tree, Birds Full of Spring, a lot of hits tune. Every time I go in the studio, there was a hit coming from me, you know, and Mr. Dad didn't approve of that because I left his studio and was giving him hell over Treasure Isle. And over a period of time, we're sitting on, this is about 1966 now. He came to me and said, he want me to come back to Studio One. So he offered me a contract on a tour in England. At the time, Ken Wood and I was the two most consistent recording artists in Jamaica. Bob was doing good work there, there's no joke about it. Bob, Delroy, and others, you know, but Ken Wood and I was up front. And we decided we went to England on this tour, the first reggae tour to leave Jamaica, with a watered-down band from the Scatterlights, mixed musician. And we went to England and did a very successful tour, very successful. When I came back on the scene, after leaving Coxsone for a while, my first song was Dance Crusher, which is a scat tune, right? And I did Papa Tully's a Preacher, which was the next scat tune, and then Cry Tough, and it was getting slower and slower until I did Rock Steady, which was very, very slow now. And then Girl I've Got a Date before, because it was a little bit up-tempo, Girl I've Got a Date, going into the Rock Steady. And then we take it down and down until I realized that we have something different here now. And I was the main leader of the Rocksteady era. And this is no joking, this is no talking. The fact, the records are there for you to play them back to back. From the time of this ska into Rocksteady, I was the main leader. And everybody turned up my street in terms of the Rocksteady sound. And we end up with a slower beat that allowed the bassman to play more notes. Instead of playing a walking bass, tum 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 tum, he could now play tum ti 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 tum 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 tum, because the beat is slower and there was more space for him to play around. And when we begin to get this feel where everything is rolling, like you need to hug on to a girl, you know.
Look here. Now you're ready. Let's do rock steady. You've got to do this new dance now that you're ready. You've got to do it just like Uncle Freddy. Now that you know it. Shake your head, rock your body like, shake your shoulders, everything is fine, then sing. Oh, 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 oh.
What happened is that I went back to Treasure Isle, upsetting Mr. Dad because I had a contract with him. And I broke the contract, but we had some little differences in England again, and I decided I'm going back to Treasure Isle, you know. So Mr. Dad sued Treasure Isle for this thing, you know, and Treasure Isle took me to the States to hide from the law, from the case. And I was there for about 4 months when my mom died, and I had to come back to Jamaica. And then we abandoned the case thing, and we just started working already. So now I find myself in a position. I'm working in the boat studio now, back and forth. Sometime I'm at Treasure Island, next time I'm at Studio One, and they just allow me to work like that because it was in their favor also, you know, for me to be here and there, no contract, everything is freelance. You get money if you get money. If you don't get the money, it makes no difference. It just go through. But basically, I was just enjoying the music. I love to hear the magic. You wrote a song like Monday, and Saturday night you're listening to it, kicking up in the dance. And that took away the interest, the financial interest, where I could go and record my own song. I wasn't into that. The anxiety, the excitement of hearing the song that you wrote Monday is now playing in the sounds, in the dance, you know? And I was so anxious doing that, that's I didn't pay attention to the financial side. And maybe it had us to be that way. You know, life of a road for each and every one of us, different direction. And that was the direction that I took. And I'm not too sad about it, honestly, because I know of 2 individual artists in England right now who regretted trying to make money from the business, because what they did was to put a hole on their career in trying to earn money, which wasn't there at the time in that depth. You understand? There wasn't a lot of money in the business. We have to face the fact. There's very few people have a little stereo in Jamaica, and the few pennies that was making was just enough for the producer to keep going. So they figured that they're smart enough to go ahead and make some money for themselves, and they branch out. And today they only have a few hits, 5 or 6 hit songs. And I have a bag of hit songs on the street because I wasn't counting the money. I was excited about making this musical history, you know. And because of that, I have a name that is rooted in Jamaica music. No money. Money is far away from me, but my name cannot be subtracted from the Jamaica music scene. And whosoever try will fail. Believe it.
Okay.
sitting right here, waiting for you, my dear. Wondering if you'd ever gonna show up. I don't know you're gonna show, my darling, I got to go. Nevertheless, I said again, you gotta be waiting. Sitting in the bar, waiting for you. Well, well, why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why? Come tell me why. Oh, you tell me why. Oh, why? Oh, my darling, I sit right down and say, God know why. Why? Hey! I'm sitting in the bar and I'm waiting for you. Hello, love. I'm sitting in the bar and I'm waiting for you. Oh, yeah. Why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why? Come tell me why. Won't you tell me why? Oh, why? Oh, my darling, I sit right down and say, God know why. Why? 'Cause I'm sitting in the bar, waiting for you. I'm sitting in the bar, I'm waiting for you. Oh, sitting in the bar, waiting for you. Sitting in the bar, waiting for my love.
I was making it tune like dirt, and I lived same place in Trenchtown, and it wasn't nice. I was able to wear clean clothes, have a money in my pocket, because the producer see to it that you're not too desperate, you understand? They see to it, but in terms of progress, buying a home and living Trenchtown, it wasn't there, you know. So I wanted was to leave to see if I could do better overseas, and I decided to go to England, because I fell in love with England the first time I went there. And I came back from England 1967, and I went to Nassau with Tom McCook and the Supersonic. Came back to Jamaica, then I went to Toronto, and I was living there for about 2 years. A musician named Jojo Bennett sent for me to do 2 shows, and he said, Alton, you're going back to Jamaica and you've all the kids them in Trenchtown. Stay here and try. If something can happen for you, man, don't go down there back. So I stayed in Toronto until I got landed and all my papers was right. And then a record company sent for me in England, A&M. I did 2 songs with Slim Smith, and the guy who produced the songs took it to A&M, and A&M wanted was to promote the song. So they sent for me from Toronto to London. And by this time, Slim Smith was dead. So they wanted somebody to replace Slim Smith. And I took Ken Parker, who have the same style of voice and the same Curtis Mayfield sound. And we went to England, and I just stay in England, you know, full stop. Yes, you cannot leave out Jamaica for more than one reason. Jamaica is your roots. Yeah, I was born here, and Jamaica is the root of the music business. Even the guys who make it big in England eventually find they have to come to Jamaica immediately so as to prop up their career, because Jamaica is where it's at. The vibes, the music is right here. And you will find little difference in England, like the difference with England and Jamaica recording scene is that they are more refined in England. You get a cleaner mix and a more international mixing type, like, you know. Refine is the word I would use to define it, you know. But the vibes is in Jamaica. So you put the 2 of them together. You do the recording here, but you're going to have the mix in England and so forth. But you have to keep in touch with Jamaica. You have to.
Dear Jamaica, sweet Jamaica, want to know that you're the sweetest little island in the sun. The sun, dear Jamaica, sweet Jamaica, glad to know that out of many we are one. How many a times I think when I'm away of Kingston, Negril and Mobay, and even those that stayed away, I know they will be coming back someday to Jamaica, sweet Jamaica. Want to know that you're the sweetest little island in the sun. The sun, dear Jamaica, sweet Jamaica. Glad to know that out of many we are one. Remember, God is always upon the scene, with His blessings so pure and clean. Our culture is now on display. Now some man to pave the way in Jamaica, sweet Jamaica. Want to know that you're the sweetest little island in the sun. Dear Jamaica, sweet Jamaica, glad to know that out of many we are one. We have some growing industries of today. Studio 101 leads the way. Corner Walsh and Merlina Tay, and they eat a lot of tasty spatty in Jamaica, sweet Jamaica. Wanted to know that you're the sweetest little island in the sun. The sun, dear Jamaica, sweet Jamaica. Glad to know that out of many we are one. All one, all one. Remember, God is always upon the scene, with His blessings so pure and clean. Our culture is now on display. No more morning bottom man to pave the way in Jamaica, sweet Jamaica. Want to know that you're the sweetest little island in the sun. The sun, dear Jamaica, sweet Jamaica. Glad to know that out of many we are one. Dear Jamaica, sweet Jamaica. Wanted to know that you're the sweetest little island in the sun. The sun.
My objection in the music is the violence and the nastiness, if you understand me. If them can just get that out of it, the DJ could sing till next year, I don't care. He's inventing, he's creating. And most people who think that DJ music is foolishness, tell them to try it and listen how them sound foolish. Because it's an art. It's an art. If you listen to the guy leaving the rhythm and him talking on the rhythm, and these are notes that is breaking up along the line, and he would leave it and catch it back, that time, that sense of timing and rhythm that put together. It's an art. It's not everybody can do it. So I have no objection towards the DJ. They are great. What I object is the violence that is preached in the DJ thing and the nastiness. Apart from that, Buju Banton don't stop me from sing Rocksteady. Or stop Barry Salmon from sing Rockaway. Big Rocksteady tune in this time here. International rock. Everywhere I go over the world, I hear Rockaway, Barry Salmon. You understand? Buju don't stop him from do that or Beanie Man. You know what I'm saying? We still do what we are. What it done for us is give us a wider variation of sound. If we start from the R&B in the 50s to the ska, to the drum and bass, to the culture sound, which is very important, Burning Spear and all those type of sound, you know what I'm talking about. That's the next sound that is well beloved on the continent. They are more into that than the lovers rock that I sing. They are into the culture sound. You know, Burning Spear and Sata Masagana, and that is the next sound that come right down to the DJ thing that is going on now. So it's a variation of sound we're having now. That's people must realize that. You can go there and choose what you want out of the reggae scene. You know what I'm saying? So I have no objection, and it's proving itself to be right, because all the American artists is taking something from the DJ thing, the feel or the rhythm pattern and the whole scene. So it's only the violence I'm against and the nastiness. Apart from that, DJ till forever. I love Buju. Yes, son. Believe it.
Okay.
Many guy has come to you with their line that wasn't true, and you pass them by. And they even see the rain, and their line don't mean a thing. Why don't you let me try? Now I don't wear a diamond ring. I don't even know a song to sing. All I know is la 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 la. Means I love you, say my baby. La 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 la. Hey, hey. I love you. Look at it. If I ever saw a girl that I needed in this world, you are the one for me. When I hold you in my arms and caress you with my charms, I'm sure that you will see. You will see. Things I am saying are true, and the way I explain it to you, listen to me. La 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 la, hey, hey, hey. I love you, say, baby. La 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 la. Means I love you. Got to say I love you now. Love you now. Really love you. Song from Studio One. If I ever saw a girl that I needed in this world, you are the one for me. And when I hold you in my arms and caress you with my charms, I'm sure that you will see. The things I am saying are true, and the way I explain it to you, listen to me. La 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 la. I love
I try and look on the bigger picture and not just the one in the middle there, whereby I did a song for you and you didn't pay me. Today, I am Alton Ellis OD, out of distinction, because I did those 10-pound songs and 15-pound songs. You understand? And I'm now an international artist, without a doubt. You know, I work almost the four corners of the world. So one who zoom in only on the small picture where I work and I didn't get no pay, fine, that is Chris, that is problem. I looking at the wider scope, whereby I had to make a sacrifice to be who I am today, and that was a sacrifice. Sing a lot of free tune, a lot of cheap tune, you understand? And those songs made me into Alton Ellis, international recording artist, Jamaican, out of distinction, was given to me by the Honorable Sir Mr. Cook, Governor General of Jamaica, and I want to thank him and the government of Jamaica for doing that for me, because it's an acknowledgement of what I've done over the years. My brother said, whatever I get out of this business, I did it because he watched me playing my guitar, hungry. And it's like the music alone filled my stomach. It would lift your moods, and music is an emotional thing, and it would lift my mood. And then I turn out, come walking up the street, 2 hit tunes I just make a while ago, and today, like I say, Alton Ellis, the recording artist, OD, internationally. I'm glad to be here.
Da de 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 da de. This is the Godfather, Alton Ellis. Respect. It says, they say that once a deer has fallen, the willow cries eternally, crying out for me, my willow tree. Don't shed your tears eternally, 'cause I have found the love I've searched for. I need your tears no more, no more. They say the willow cries for someone, just when that someone's heart is broken. Cry not for me, my willow tree. Don't shed your tears eternally, 'cause I have found the love I've searched for. I need your tears no more, no more. Hey, no more. No more. Hey, look here. Fare thee well, my weeping willow, and if we never meet again, cry not for me, my willow tree. Don't shed your tears eternally, 'cause I have found the love.
Cause I do see the friends that take off the below. One time did sit down in a class and report that only set the road and me go on with the road.
Jamaica, the land of Bob Marley, Marcus Messiah Garvey, Usain Bolt, and of course, Reggae Month, the only month-long reggae music festival on planet Earth, where something reggae happens every day in the month of February, ranging from mega reggae concerts, reggae award ceremonies, and educational symposia on reggae.
Yeah, blessings fall, I'm right on.
February is Reggae Month. Reggae Month is February, when Jamaica invites the world to come to Mecca, Reggae Mecca, and come catch the rhythm like no place else on earth, only in Jamaica.
And that's how I made to give him the glory. I'm delighted. Jano say my passion ignited. But the music get me excited. I'm coming like a boss.
Reggae is global. Reggae is everywhere.
Yeah, reggae is my life, you know, because I for reggae ministry, I'm not a workout thing, did or something.
We have something which the world crave even right now. Reggae is internationally known.